watch this video, I want you to do something for me. Go to Google and search up Tamil actors. Do you see a variety of skin tones? Now replace actors with actresses. Well, would you look at that? No matter how far you scroll, almost all of them are light-skinned. And that's why today we're going to be talking about colorism in Tamil media, specifically when it comes to women. I've been watching Tamil movies from a very young age, but it wasn't until recently that I noticed that there are quite a few things that are wrong with it. One of which is the fact that almost all of the actresses are light-skinned. They often do not know how to speak Tamil.
ரொம்ப நாள் கழிச்சு தமிழ்ல பேச போறேன். என்ன பேச போறேன்னு தெரியாது, but ஏதோ ட்ரை பண்றேன்.
Most of them are North Indian, and then there's Amy Jackson, who is literally British. The actresses that are South Indian are often also fair and have North Indian features. Meanwhile, the actual woman population of South India looks nothing like these people at all. The worst part is that directors would much rather darken the skin of a light-skinned girl to play the role of a village girl instead of actually casting someone of that color. The same movies that would talk highly of the male actor's dark skin tone would make fun of darker-skinned girls, and then the actor would end up falling in love with a light-skinned girl. There are so many songs that are sung to praise the actress's light skin, while there are very little songs praising women with dark skin. Meanwhile, I can name a bunch of songs off the top of my head praising the dark skin of men. While most male actors are given opportunities based on their actual talent, it seems that anyone from anywhere can be chosen to play the role of a Tamil girl, regardless of their ability to speak the language or even act, as long as they're white. Amy Jackson made her Tamil film debut in Madrasapatnam, where she played the role of a white woman, which was totally acceptable. But then she was casted in several movies after that to play the role of a Tamil girl. This enforces such unrealistic beauty standards on the women of South India because there is literally no way they could naturally look like British Amy Jackson. But for some reason, this isn't even seen as problematic. An Indian woman would never be casted to play the role of a white woman in an English movie. It's not representation, it's literally brownface and racism. So then why is no one calling this out? Well, it's because of how normalized colorism has become in India. Let me give you a bit of a history lesson. India wasn't always this racist. For context, the people of India have different skin tones and features based on their geographical region. Generally, the people in northern India have lighter skin, and the people in southern India have darker skin. In the very beginning, all colors were accepted, and any problems that happened between the two ends were over things like land and property, and it was never color-based discrimination. Beauty was not based on your skin tone until the arrival of the Persians, Mughals, and finally the British. All of India's colonists were white-skinned. This made Indians think that white skin is more superior than dark skin, and that white-skinned people were put on this earth to rule dark-skinned people. The British specifically made it so that the lighter-skinned people had way more benefits than dark-skinned people. They were no longer allowed to visit places like restaurants, and signs were put up banning them and equating them to dogs. This left India with the mindset that fair skin equals superiority and higher class. India got its independence about 75 years ago, but never let go of the colorism and beauty standards that were brought by the British. And ever since then, things just haven't been as pretty. It's not that big of a deal though, right? No one really cares. It's just entertainment. Is it though? Are you really telling me that what you see in the media doesn't have real effects on people? Do you have any idea how this affects the lives of Indian girls from a very young age? Representation in the media is very important. Seeing people similar to you on TV can make such a big difference on a child's confidence. The lack of representation of darker women makes girls feel like they need to get lighter to even look pretty. They're introduced to fairness creams by their own families from as young as 9 years old. India's fairness cream industry has a value of about $450 million and is growing every single year. Fair and Lovely got changed to Glow and Lovely, but the message still stays the same. These movies also set such unrealistic expectations of women in the minds of young men. There are so many movies of dark men getting with light-skinned women, romanticizing having a light-skinned wife or girlfriend. Now all the men are wondering why the people that they see in real life look nothing like the girls in the movies. Hate to break it to you, but that is nowhere near an accurate representation of what actual South Indian women look like. Darker girls get told by their own families that no one will marry them because of their skin tone. When people talk about a dark girl that's pretty, they often say, oh, she's dark, but she has nice features. What does that even mean? Why can't you simply say that that person is pretty? This resulted in a culture of viewing darker women as less favorable in terms of marriage, and now darker women need to give more dowry to the man that they're marrying. Dowry as a concept is already messed up, but the fact that you have to pay more to get a man to marry you if you're darker is beyond messed up. I know someone's gonna be here in the comments trying to tell me that a long time ago we did have dark-skinned actresses, or that there are actually South Indian actresses and I'm just trying to start unnecessary problems. Before you can do that, let me tell you this. The fact that dark was once accepted is great, but the problem is that it's not as accepted anymore. And many of these South Indian actresses that you're talking about have very North Indian features and light skin. I was never saying that there aren't any South Indian actresses. I'm just saying that there aren't enough that are an actual good representation of what South Indian women look like. Actresses that actually know how to speak Tamil should not be the least preferred candidates for these roles.
My color, my complexion, the way I look, my personality, maybe even I didn't know how to dress like the super actresses, like all the way from North or from other parts of India. Maybe they didn't take me because I was talking in Tamil. Tamil பேசுறீங்களா? Rejected.
It makes no sense. Some people have also claimed that South Indian girls aren't willing to dress in revealing clothes and act in intimate ways with the actors, and that's why they themselves don't even want to act. Why is it that the role of an actress is to dress in revealing clothes and act in sexy, intimate ways with the hero? There are so many talented actresses that can play a variety of different roles, and all they get to play is the love interest or the sister or even the mom of the main character. If you've paid attention to some of the recent movies of the most popular male actors, the actresses barely get any screen time or dialogue. They're not even relevant to the storyline. On top of that, the lifespan of an actress's career in Tamil cinema is very short due to the fact that they're only casted based on their looks. Meanwhile, the male actors still get to play the hero even after they're past 70 years old. There have recently been a few more women-centric movies where they get to be more than just the actor's girlfriend. Let's see more of that. Build actual roles for women instead of just writing their character to please a male audience. If you think that movies won't be enjoyable anymore because the actresses won't be pretty and white, you are literally part of the problem. Constantly seeing light-skinned girls in the media has made your brain think that anything else isn't pretty. And so you really need to retrain the way that you think. If you really believe that colonization has nothing to do with any of this, then tell me, do you really think these directors couldn't find a single South Indian girl that knew how to act to the point where they have to cast a literal white woman to play the role of a Tamil girl? You know, it's great if Amy Jackson is your favorite actress, but you might want to ask yourself why. Is it because she's really good at acting, or is it because she's a white girl speaking Tamil? Stop treating darkness like a disease and telling your daughters that they're ugly or that no one will marry them. It's literally heartbreaking to see little girls thinking they're ugly just because of their complexion. No one is born thinking that the color of their skin is ugly. These ideas are put into their heads by the people around them. Using techniques to try and get lighter or look lighter in photos should not be as normalized as it is right now. The media really needs to step up its game in terms of proper representation. We're literally in 2022. It's been so long since India got its freedom. You need to let go of all of the internalized racism that was left behind. And even after seeing what all of this has done to other people, if you still want to be a part of the problem, then I don't know what to tell you.